Hey, you know one of my favorite dishes? Lasagna. I love lasagna. I love pasta. I love sausage, although I really don't eat too much of it anymore because I'm almost vegan. But I love the flavors, how everything comes together. Tomatoes. It's fantastic. There's a lot of variations to lasagna. Today, I'm making a lasagna variation. Now, it's called Pastelon. Listen, I can't pronounce it too good, but it's delicious. Today I'm making Pastelon. I think I pronounced it correctly. If I didn't, you'll forgive me because it's going to be delicious. The one I'm making, I kind of was inspired by a trip to Puerto Rico. They also have it in the Dominican Republic. Both recipes are fantastic. This is a little bit outside the box. Usually, Pastelon, it's got plantains instead of the pasta, layers of sliced plantain. And in the middle, a layer of cooked ground beef and tomatoes and seasoning. Man, I'm changing everything. You know, I do that sometimes. I change everything. Instead of plantains, we're using cornmeal. I like the idea. I'm using cornmeal. Hey, I'm the chef here. I can do what I want to do. It's my show. All right. Listen, try it with cornmeal. I think you'll enjoy it. And inside, hey, no meat, no meat. You know what we're going to use instead? Eggplant. We stew the eggplant, and that's that middle layer, stewed eggplant. So, first thing we got to do is work with the cornmeal. Okay, we're going to start with 2 cups of cornmeal. And the cornmeal I'm using is just a stone ground yellow cornmeal. Very good. And 2 cups of cornmeal. I want to bring out the sweetness in the corn. So what I'm going to do is add 2 teaspoons of sugar. And not too much sugar, just 2 teaspoons. There you go. I'm going to soak this cornmeal in 6 cups of vegetable broth. Now I'm using vegetable broth and that's a little salty. Sometimes I soak it in water. If I soak it in water, I got to add salt because there's no salt in water. Hey, when you're cooking, you always got to think of these things, right? There's salt in my vegetable broth, so I don't want to add salt to the recipe because it's salty enough. Yeah. Okay, anyway, 6 cups vegetable broth. I'm going to add the cornmeal with a little bit of sugar in it right to the vegetable broth and mix it in. I have to let this sit for about an hour. This is why it's the first thing I do. And to that, just to give it a little bit better consistency, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of olive oil. That's good. This is just going to sit on the side until I'm ready for it. Okay, so now while that cornmeal is sitting, I got to make my eggplant. This kitchen's going to smell terrific in about 2 minutes. Okay, over medium heat, I'm going to add 2 tablespoons of olive oil. Plenty of olive oil. I'm going to start by dicing up, small dice, 1 large onion. I'm going to add that onion to the olive oil. And make sure it's on medium heat. I don't want to burn anything, right? Next, I have 1 big red pepper. I'm going to dice it also about a 1/2 inch dice, same size as the onion. Beautiful. I'm going to cook these together for about 5 minutes. I don't want to add any color. I don't want to caramelize them. I just want to cook them down a little bit. So medium heat, 5 minutes. Let's cook them down. Hey, I got a beautiful large eggplant. Look at that. Beautiful large eggplant. Okay, decision time. Do I peel it or do I not peel it? Now, I don't know. I like to peel on. Some people don't. I gotta meet you right in the middle of the road there. I'm gonna peel half of it. Yeah, I could do that. I'm a chef. I know how to do a lot of things. And peeling half an eggplant is one of my many skills. So, here's what I gotta do. This is how I do it, watch. There you go. Hey, if you want to peel the whole thing, go ahead. If you want to leave the whole peel on, go ahead. Leave a comment in the comment section to let me know what's going on. If you like the peel or don't like the peel. And don't forget, list of ingredients in the description below. I always put the list of ingredients in the description below. I don't expect you to memorize the ingredients. That's what the list is for. All right, let's get cooking again. Okay, so I have to dice this up. And what I do is, I want a good half-inch dice. A little bigger than the onions and the, peppers, because this is going to shrink a little bit as I add it to the pan. Beautiful. And you see there's some pieces of peel in there. Hey, you see there's some pieces of peel in there, but not a lot. Wonderful. Hey, if you know me, you know I love garlic. But there's two ways to look at garlic. One, do you want the spicy garlic? If you want spicy garlic, you chop it up pretty fine. For this recipe, I use like 3 cloves of garlic and chop them up fine, and you get a spicy garlic flavor. I like a little more sweeter flavor. So what I like to do is use a whole bunch of garlic. That's a whole bunch. And then I slice it. You get a sweeter flavor of garlic if you leave the surface area large. So I just slice them. Don't chop them fine. Hey, if you like it spicy, chop them fine. Otherwise, slice them. Okay, here we go. Beautiful, nice and sliced. All right, first I'm going to add all my garlic. Just get that cooked a little bit. Not too much. I don't want to burn it. If you burn the garlic, it's going to be very bitter. So get that cooked a little bit. Then I'm going to add all my eggplant. All that eggplant chopped up. I'm going to add all of it. Whew. That's nice. I gotta add a little pepper. And about a half a teaspoon of salt. I just keep mixing it. I don't want it to stick to the bottom. I don't want it to burn. Mix it, mix it, mix it. It's going to take about 5 minutes or so just to get it going. I have this 15-ounce can of diced tomato. I use a fire-roasted diced tomato. This has a little garlic in it. That's okay. It's okay if it does. If it does, it's okay. But I like this fire-roasted. It gives me a little extra flavor. I drained it, but I saved the juice that got drained out of it, just in case I need to moisten the eggplant. The last thing I have to add, I gotta add a little oregano. I'm going to add about 1/4 teaspoon. Okay, I have this on low fire. I'm going to cover this up. I'm going to let this cook for about a half an hour. I'm going to check this in 15 minutes. It should take about a half hour, so I'll check it in 15 minutes, and then I'll check it again in another 15 minutes. That equals a half an hour. I love math. It's a wonderful thing. Maybe I'll have a cup of coffee in between checking the eggplant. Okay, so it's been a half hour. I checked the eggplant in 15 minutes, put the cover back on. Now it's another 15 minutes. Woo, 15 minutes flies by. Woo, check that out. Very nice. Okay, I want to leave the cover off. Put on low, and let's evaporate some of this moisture. I don't want too much moisture in there. Oh, it smells delicious. Look at the color. Nice color with the tomato. Very nice. Okay. Cornmeal's been soaking for about a half an hour. Now we're going to bring it up to a slow simmer, and it's going to thicken. Okay, so you see that consistency, like an oatmeal. Okay, it's still got some liquid left. You can spread it. It's not solid, but it's pretty thick. Okay, I have this big casserole pan. What I'm going to do is I'm going to spray it pretty heavily with spray oil. So I don't want the cornmeal to stick. So give it a good spray. Don't forget the corners. Okay. Okay, last thing I want to do is I want to add about half a cup nutritional yeast. Ooh, that's wonderful. It's going to give it a nice cheesy flavor. That's wonderful. Smells delicious already. Smells great. Okay, then I'm going to put about half of it in a casserole dish. Spread it around nice. Get all the corners. That's important. Okay. Hey, gotta add a little mozzarella cheese to this. It's like a lasagna. So, I have this vegan mozzarella cheese. Violife. That's a pretty good product. I'm gonna add half of this bag. It's like an 8-ounce, just an 8-ounce bag. I'm gonna add half of it right on top of that cornmeal. And now I'm gonna add the eggplant, right? Woo! All the eggplant. Right on top. I'm going to take the rest of that bag of mozzarella cheese and we're going to put it on top. Then we're going to take the rest of the cornmeal. But the way I do it, watch how I do that. I'm putting a little dollops around. That's just going to help me spread it out. Because I have to be careful when I spread it. I don't want to mix the eggplant into the cornmeal. I want the cornmeal on top. Then I want to spread this out very gently. Try to get it right to the edges. I want to get a little color on top, so I'm going to hit it with a little bit of paprika. Woo! Looks good. And the last thing, I don't want the top to burn, so I'm going to hit it with a little bit of spray oil, just so it won't burn. I'm putting this in a 300-degree oven for about 20 minutes. I'm going to check it in 20 minutes. So far, so good. Looks delicious. Listen, it's outside the box. It's not the true Pastelon, but it's delicious. It's similar. But it's not. So I don't want to hear the comments, hey, that's not the right pasta. Okay, listen. Everyone has their own recipe. So, this is my recipe. You got to try it. It's absolutely delicious. You'll see when it comes out. Wonderful. Okay, so it's been about a half hour. I left it in for a half hour. Looks beautiful. Look at that. That's wonderful. I like the glass pan too because you can kind of see the layers. You see that? Very nice. Okay, so I'm going to let this set for about a half hour. Just let it set. Wonderful stuff. Smells delicious. Hey, it's good. You see how easy this is to make. It's good to feed like a whole bunch of people. Put it down the table. Nice big salad. Woo! Good stuff. Hey, you know what else is good? When I was in Puerto Rico, I was inspired to make some good rice and beans. And I made a video of it. You got to check that out. Absolutely delicious. And also very easy. I use canned beans. Why not? Make it easy for yourself. And check out that video. And I'll see you there.